Hey, let's run up a milli.
Run that shit then. Let's go. I'm with it. You cannot see me if your glasses work like they was 3D. Pop your shit up on that TV like I'm fucking needy. Yeah, you hating on the squad. My team was sick maneuvers. You see they waiting on the garden. You turn into Cooper. PIT, we been the squad. Stay strapped up like a trooper. Lions Den, that's all my God. I introduce them to you. Don't be no groupie hanging around for no little clout. You get found the fuck out. Gon' bear your little faults. I was cold, I thought I fucking told you. Lying about some equal shit. That be that evil shit. Make you sneak a bitch. See the shit. You might dream that shit, but I be that lit. We was raised up on that bullshit. Lemonade up in the pulpit. Misbehave, you get the bull with Papa. Raise some fucking bull pits. When we pop, we empty full clips. Nigga, you can't pull shit, you bullshit. I want the best out of your hate and then I go look sicker. I just stepped down on a snake and they crying me rivers. You ain't got no job, you ain't got no squad, it's just you and your bitch. That mean you full of shit. Nigga don't fuck with bitch. I think I seen him bust that left, flag that Civic down. He dropped some shit like that, I bet he peace sitting down. Wifey out of bounds, Lavelle ain't really putting it down. I can't blame her on the cool, she wanted batted down. Let her out to get some stick, the boys back in town. You fucked up when you set me up in the bad sound. O&E, I play for keeps, you get your dad found. With his throat where it shouldn't be, I don't fuck around. Neo love up in this bitch, she say she mother love. Nigga breathe between the lines, I am your fucking plug. Fucking feed, feel too grown, he can't come around. Last year he showed his ass, this year I lay my stud down. You gotta unfriend that nigga. He was talking shit about me, mama.
Yeah. Shout out to Neo Love Sandpit Records. Subscribe to that brother on YouTube, Sandpit Records, man. He one of the artists of the Lions Den. I want to welcome everybody to the Den today, man. We're on a little earlier, but you know it's all good, man. First, I want to give a shout out to Black Beauty Inc. 76, the queen of the Den, Sister Karima. Go ahead, Karima.
How y'all doing today? I'm interested in a good conversation from Comedic Brother. So that's it.
Okay, all right. And we got a new brother that was introduced to the Lions Den by yours truly, Black Jesus Minister, balling and crawling. My brother Cephus Black, he's one of the most honest comedic brothers I've talked to. Most of the brothers that if they can't answer a question, they just make up stuff. Not this brother here. So go ahead, Cephus Black, give us a little background about yourself. We can get in with the conversation.
All right. Thank you very much. Peace and blessings to you all. Now, just a little bit about myself here. I can go all the way to the beginning. I was born as a apostle, Christian, or not apostle, what do you call it? Dang, I forgot. Throw the P. I forgot the name off the top of my head. But I was born, grew up as a Christian for a long time, and I broke away from that, from my family, and joined Islam for a minute. And did more studying to get a better understanding of things. And once I did get a better understanding, I left that alone. And you'll see that in the future once you keep watching me. And so I came to a realization that, hey, it's more knowledge out here than I thought. So I kept acquiring more knowledge, and I left religion completely alone. Now, I said that not to hurt anyone's belief system, but just for a better understanding of things. That's why I did that. So I'm gonna move on to the next topic. That was just like the beginning of how I got to where I'm in today. I did a lot of studyings on Christianity and Islam, and still doing studies today. So studying is never the end. So I came into Kemetic teaching through different scholars. For instance, Bobby Hemmett, Dr. Phil Valentine, that's one of my favorites. You have so many. And I got a recent one right now that I just learned about that's very interesting and throws a lot of facts down because I only go with facts. I don't like to go with anything else. I don't want you to believe my doctrine or anything like that. We want to give you facts. When the person that I'm referring to is Walter Williams. This guy is a known Egyptologist, as we call him today, and he was kept out of the eye because of his knowledge. So I acquire all these knowledge from these different people, and I try to incorporate them all together, so I can have a better understanding, so it can make me be easier for you to understand me as I try to explain it. Now, Kemet is a beautiful thing once you understand it the proper way, and don't be whitewashed from the with the whitewash world wants you to think about Kemet. And it's like, for example, how they think that the statues worship the statues, we worship the dynasties and things like that in that nature. And before I get into that, I want to also emphasize that I'm only referring to our ancient African Egyptians. Because a lot of Kemet brothers want to intermix the whole history when, the whole time that Egypt was standing, it wasn't just the black race that was had all control. It was mixed with different invaders
Mhm.
and things like that. So I'm referring only to the Aboriginals of Kemet, if you want to put it like that. So so I want to be defending our original stories. I want to bring in the truth. I want to take out the spook in religion and bring the truth. So when I was talking about religion, is I I believe religion have its purpose. It do have its purpose. I don't believe that. I know it do have its purpose. So I'm not here to destroy, to take away from the knowledge, the laws of that system, only to address the inconsistencies, the pedophilia, because we ain't do that. That was the invaders' stories that they added on to our original stories, to our original Christianity, the African Christianity. And so I want to break down all the facts. I got all the facts on how it started. I want to debate my brothers and sisters in a friendly intellectual debate of is Jesus historical, not historical, is Jesus a real person with no hatred or nothing, just all knowledge. And I also want to debate multiple things, and I'm not just coming after Hebrew Israelites. I'm only here because this is where my path started. So I just want to make that clear. I don't got no gripe, no beef, or anything like that. I appreciate the time that y'all will allow me to help me grow,
Uh-huh.
because debating is not for me to just slam you down and tear you down or vice versa.
Uh-huh.
It's for me to also get knowledge, because it's also things I don't know, and I will also want to get the full understanding. I want to be able to prove all things, and I don't want to sit here and tell you a lie, because I will not help our progression of growing as a community. Because a lot of some of our committed brothers and sisters like to lie and stir to the wrong path and things like that, not tell you the whole truth about our African version, the first original version of Christianity. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? And so
so
I'm sorry.
yeah, so you said the Comedics had a their version of Christianity as well.
Well, I say I use Christianity because we known that spiritual way through the word of Christianity that what Constantine had emerged from. So we and our system it was our original version. I'm gonna use Christianity. Christianity. We got a African version of Christianity that they took and made their European version of Christianity from. So when I say that, I'm not saying that I'm here to destroy the knowledge of it, but to bring in the truth, to bring in the true truth of
Hmm.
how we did things. So I'm not here to tear down, like for example, like Jesus said when he came in the scene. I'm not here to tear down the old, but add to
Right,
it. You know.
right, right.
So and basically, the concepts is a little different. Well, not little, it's a lot different on the Jesus aspect, you know. So basically, everything is not literally, you know, so it's still metaphorical. And because Africans, the way we talk is metaphorical, it's never literal, you know, when you speak to a traditional African.
So, so you saying that they didn't believe the stuff was just allegories that they were teaching? Eh, like some of the stuff in the Book of the Dead and stuff like that.
Right, right,
Okay.
right. Yeah, like it's the story once you do Dr. Joseph Ben um
Yakinen,
yeah, I pronounced his name wrong.
something like
And
that. Yeah, yeah. Dr. Joseph Ben Yak, something like that. I know you're talking
yeah,
about. Doctor, just
right.
call him. They just call him Doctor Ben.
Yeah, they call him Dr. Ben. I try
Right.
to get people names right.
So
Uh
brother
mhm.
Cephas, let me ask you a question about your hat you got on there.
Yes, sir. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, get into that a little bit. What's going on with that?
Beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, so the Ankh. A lot of people don't know that the Ankh symbolize the top part is for the woman womb. So as we do everything by nature, and so the woman womb that gives birth. So that's life. That's the symbolized life.
Hmm.
And the bottom part symbolize death, just like has the cross symbolize death. That's where you get the cross from, symbolize death.
Okay.
All right. So my staffs right here, the
Uh-huh.
staffs in ancient African and Egypt
Hmm.
stands for leader of that people. And when I say leader, I'm not saying like a king or anything like that, like I rule y'all, anything like that. No, but I'm saying it as like for examples, Martin Luther King Jr. Was a leader, um Malcolm X, brother Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Pan Africanism, and other things like that. So they was examples of leaders. So that's what that represent, the staffs. And my cheetah print,
Uh-huh.
that stands for it could two things. One, it could be stands for warriors, or
Uh-huh.
and the second thing stands for high priest. Now I look at
Okay.
myself as a high priest because
Uh-huh.
I bring the mayat with me everywhere I go. I bring the truth everywhere with me I go. You know, at least I try.
Ha- have you conversated with some of the Kemetic teachers or scholars in our community, like a Jabari or Shaka?
And that is a new community for me that I am. That I,
Okay.
yeah. So I had listened for to a few of their debates and things like that,
Hmm.
and I don't agree with everything, you know. So
Right.
just like as my teachers told me, my favorite one, Dr. Phil Valentine, you know, just because they committed brethren doesn't mean they talking true. So
That's
Dr. Phil
right.
Valentine, he come in and he get them committed brothers in line. So that's what I'm trying to imitate.
So would he be your main teacher though, out of all of them, Dr. Phil Valentine?
No, no, I have no
Walter
main.
Williams?
Yeah, Walter Williams is my main one. I have them in a moment, basically. So each teacher serve a different purpose. So for
Uh-huh.
example, Dr. Phil Valentine, he get really metaphysical with you. You know what I'm saying? Real deep into the essence of things. Walter Williams, the guy that I'm studying his books right now, he get real historical facts with you. You
Let
know.
Let me
Hmm.
pull him up on the screen to show the people who you talking about. Do you
Yes,
have a
sir.
screen? You have a screen to share? You have
Uh, I'm not that advanced right now. I'm working on my phone.
Oh, okay, that's all good. Okay, I got him right here. Look, I'm gonna show him everybody who you are referring to.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can share my screen. Let's see. Uh, here we go. All right, Sister Karima. Yeah. I mean, is this the brother right here?
Yes, that's the brother right there. Some people get him confused with Walter E. Williams, but you gotta get rid of the E and put the Walter Williams. Yep.
It says Arthur, the historical origin of Christianity and Islam. This is one of his books, I guess.
Yes.
Professor Walter Williams. Professor Williams is the founder of the Ancient Egyptian Museum and Institute. He also founded the Society of New Scholars, and that's SUNS, which is now the Society for New Scholars. He's a historian, independent researcher, and author. He wrote the book, The Historical Origins of Christianity. That's what you were talking about.
Yes, sir.
He also taught at the college level in Chicago and the elementary level. His lecture topics include ancient history, including ancient Egypt, the history of the three major Western religions: Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Dr. Williams lectures on the historical origin of the related literature of the three major religions, such as the Old New Testament, Quran, Sephirah, HaTorah, and the Talmud, and many other subjects. Okay. So, so what did he say about Christianity?
Well, this brother right here.
Let me
I'm
get it
sorry.
off
Give
the
me one
screen.
second.
Let
Yeah.
me get it off the
This.
screen.
Yep.
Hold up. Oh, there we go. All right. Stop sharing. Okay. Go
Okay.
ahead, bro.
Now, this brother right here, Walter Williams, he get real factual with you. He brings in all the facts about Christianity. Now, he talks about how Constantine came into Egypt. Not Constantine. Let me go back. He talks about how Alexander the Great was the first European to
Hmm.
come into Egypt. Now, there was only two different types of Europeans that came into Egypt, and that was the Greeks from Alexander the Invader, uh, and it was Caesar, the Romans. They was the only two Europeans that was in Egypt. All right. So he gets down and breaks it down deeply on how they tried to bring their God into our spirituality system. You know what I'm saying? So he breaks it down and shows you how they copied uh, everything on our Egyptian walls and turned it and made it for their benefit. And a lot of people don't understand when I say they invaded Egypt, that means they ran through, that means they controlled that whole upper and lower part. You know, you going down Constantinople, I probably pronounced it wrong, but that's,
I can't pronounce Constantinople.
yes, Constantinople. So it was a long range, a long range. So that's what I want to get into with my Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters also. But he breaks it down and show you where the Coptic male Egyptians was like the boule of the day.
Mm.
Yep, the Coptic male Egyptians was the only ones that helped Constantine
Wow.
to establish his version of Christianity. And this is all historical facts. You can actually Google today that
Whoa. You said something pretty deep right there. I ain't never heard. So you're saying that
yeah,
the Egyptians helped Constantine form his version of Christianity, brother Cephus. You hear me?
hold on, brother, give me a minute.
Okay. See, I see they
Mic check, mic check.
yeah, you good.
Give me 1 second.
Uh-oh. And this when the conversation was getting good. But go ahead and like and subscribe to the Lions
Mic
Den. We
check.
don't ask.
Oh,
Yeah,
come
I
on.
hear you, but can you hear me?
You hear me?
Yeah. Can
I
you hear
can't
me?
hear you.
Take your headphones out. Take your headphones out
Hold on.
and then try it. Yeah. All right, while the brothers having technical difficulties, we got, like I say, we got,
Oh,
like at the
come on,
Lions Den, like I
baby.
say, it's not just about, Israelites. It's about everybody. Everybody comes from all
Check,
different
check.
walks of life, and we give them
Oh,
a
come
chance to
on.
speak. Can you hear me? Damn, I sure
Mic
hate to be
check.
out of it. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Testing, testing. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Come
Yeah, I
on,
hear you.
baby.
Damn. All right. Well, let me try to keep it going here. What was I saying? Yeah. See, a lot of these people who teach this Kemetic information, like I ran across a brother named Tahuti. I'm sure he used to be with the Lions Den. Can you
Go.
hear me?
Come on.
And he subscribed to the fact that the guys were real deities. You see what I'm saying?
Mic check.
And like somebody like a Jabari would just say they're just principles. But then when we look into their the information and their writings, they
Mic
they have
check.
hey, maybe go in and come
Come
out.
on. That is not.
Go in and come back out. Kareem, maybe kick put him out and then he can come back in. Yeah, maybe he'll come back in. But yeah, so it's two groups of Comedics. One believe that the Netrus were just principles, and then there's another group who believes that that these Netrus were real, like how Israelites or Christians would look at Yahweh as Shalom born enemy. We would look at that as a real deity, a real entity. So, but over at like Jabbar, he teaches that it's just a principle. But then I had to question him about that because why would you want to be in the field of reeds, the afterlife, with just a principle? Well, can you hear us now?
Yes, sir. I'm back.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
good. Cause
Sorry about that.
I was going off the top of the
Whew.
dome. You know what I'm saying? So we
Yeah.
got you back in here. Go ahead, Art. Get
Yes,
back
sir. So,
into it.
what, you asked me a question. What was that question?
Oh man, I'm 50 years old now. Let me see. Where was that? Kareem, what was the question? Ah man.
You said, I said something crazy when I said,
Oh, wait. I think you said. Oh yeah. I got it. You said that uh, the Boule Comedics helped Constantine with his version of Christianity. So let me ask you this: what was the version of Christianity, if you know it,
mm,
before Constantine? Like
Kemetic.
the
Yes.
Kemetic Christianity?
Yes.
Let's get into that.
All right. So, do you still have the name that I sent you earlier today in the text of that man about the water?
Let me go grab my phone. Hold up.
Yes, sir. I'm about to break that all down to you. It's going to be very interesting, people. Very interesting because they did a number on us and they hit it for years.
All right, brother. Let me see what you sent me. All right. You sent it to me earlier, right?
Yeah, in the back chat when we was in
Oh, did you send it to me or the back or the
you know
back
what?
chat?
Hold on, I can get it.
Yeah, it's lost. If you send it to
Yeah,
the back chat, it's
let me
lost.
see the back chat, man. They didn't say it about 300 different things by now.
Give me a second. I know. I got
Okay.
you.
So the brother is saying that Christianity actually started off as a Kemetic version. I think he froze up. Hold up. Karima, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I think he
Okay, I think
froze
you
up.
froze up.
Oh, he's looking for it. So I like for him to get into this
Is
Kemetic Christian.
Ashram is ASH.
Oh, let me. Okay, hold on. Spell it again. ASH.
He froze again.
RAM.
Spell it again, family.
ASH.
Uh-huh.
RAM.
RAM. That's okay. That's
KWE.
all. That's all one name.
No, the
Okay.
KWE is his last
K.
name.
Okay. Key. Okay. KWE. KWESI.
SI.
Okay.
SI. Yes,
All right.
sir.
Here you go. Right here. Let me
Mhm.
see if I. Oh, okay. This the dude that be at the pyramids.
Yes. Now he gives a
Hold on.
other than my brother Walter Williams that I just told you about, because he get really in debt. You know what I'm saying? It would throw a lot of people off. But my brother here, Ashram, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Okay.
He gives the perfect distinction between the African Christianity and the European Christianity.
All right. Let me show the people what he looked
Yes.
like. Okay. Hold up. Since you ain't got
Mhm.
your. Hold on. Let's see. I seen this brother before. I didn't know his name though. All right. Go ahead, Sister Karima. All right. He got like a 5 minute video. Can we check it out real quick, Karima? Will it be okay with that?
Yep, play it.
Okay. All right. This is Oscar Crazy, right?
Yes. Hmm.
Oscar, yeah, I heard his name. Okay.
Hmm.
It says in Egypt talking about the African origins of Christmas and Easter. It's a 5 minute video. Let's check him out.
Yep.
Can y'all hear it?
Yep.
Okay, cool. The American legacy of white supremacy, Asquar Quasi in Egypt, talking about the African origin of Christmas and Easter. Y'all like to hear this real
Now,
quick.
concepts that we see in this chapel right here is very important because on December the 25th, as the sun has always done, is born out of the death of winter. So our ancestors took this story that goes back to an early period, and Haru became personified as the birth of the sun at December the 25th. He became personified as the sun. So symbolically, it showed that Aset gave her holy birth on December the 25th. How they would know, because it's the heliacal rising of her star perpendicular to the sun at December the 25th, that I go out in my backyard and witness this every winter. You can too. As Ceres rises, the constellation of Orion rises to the east of it. There, when that star rises, it's said that Haru would be born. Precisely at December the 25th is the birth of the sun. Then we see during the time of the spring solstice, that's the resurrection of the sun. Now, the question is, why is it the spring solstice doesn't have the same date as the winter solstice? We know that Christmas is always December the 25th, but nobody can ever tell you when the date of Easter is. Sometime it's in March, sometime it's in April. You know why? Because it's a Tahuti holiday. It's a lunar holiday. Now, how you can tell, it's always it's the first full moon after the spring solstice. Those of you who remember those calendars that got the phases of the moon on it, that they now taken out of circulation because you can start to look at it. So when you look at the spring solstice, some of you can get the calendars that got the spring solstice, follow it, first full moon, the first Sunday is Easter. That's how you can tell when Easter is going to be, because it's a lunar holiday. And considering it's a lunar holiday, who represented the Neteru for the lunar? Tahuti. So that's what it goes back to, ancient Kemet. That's why we see the dates are different all the time, even though most people wouldn't know that anyway because they got you into the bunny, the rabbit, the chocolate rabbit and the eggs, even though a rabbit doesn't lay eggs, because that's Greek Orpheus stuff, because their idea of the resurrection was based off of the Greek women painting themselves, and they would run and hide. The Greek men would get a pregnant rabbit because the rabbit's proliferation, because it's born with his eyes wide open. That would symbolize what? The moon, the full moon. A rabbit's born with his eyes wide open. So that had symbolism to it. So when they would find her, they would have all this sex and fornication until the rabbit had its litter. And that was the Greeks' idea of how the spring solstice came back. Okay? So that's why there's no difference between the Playboy bunny and the Easter bunny. They both represent sex. And then, of course, if you don't get enough sex, you start to eat chocolate. Yeah, that's why you got That's why you got a chocolate rabbit and a big chocolate rabbit. The bigger the chocolate rabbit, the more sex you need. That's what, I mean, that's what it goes back to. So this is all symbolism. So when you start to paint that egg, it's the Greek females who painted themselves. So tell your children the truth. They're going on an Easter egg hunt because that's what it came out of. Now, yes, an Easter egg hunt. When they do that thing in the White House, they're going on an Easter egg hunt instead of Easter egg hunt. Now, right here, see Heteru up here, her zoop type? Okay, what's her ears look like? A cow. So here we see, so this is a zoomorphic, anthropomorphic animal and human figure here representing the cow, because the cow, the great Mother Earth, as well as the surrogate mother for Heru. And this chapel right here, this is where Heru was born on December the 25th that I showed you in the lecture in that tour book that they took out of circulation because white folks became mad at the fact that this chapel that predated the establishment of Western version of Christianity, where Heru was born on December the 25th. So again, that's what makes these the books in stone, brothers and sisters. Our ancestors built for eternity. When you see the brick walls around this structure here, that was not meant to stay for eternity. That's why it's all dilapidated. But these structures are here for eternity. So 1,000, 2,000 years from now, hopefully, the story that I'm telling from the truth from these temples right here, and stories that we still don't know and should know, and the only way we're going to know is to study this ancestral knowledge. So we're coming back here to evoke the ancestral spirits. It takes us. It takes us to do this, because white folks are too caught up into their own deification of themselves and their own religion, and thinking that's the truth.
All right, let's stop that. Now I got a question, Brother Cephus.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, so are you saying that Christianity is the same? Because December 25th, Christ, see, we figured out that Christ wasn't born in the winter. So you know what I'm saying? He's like a spring baby. So that's where they get it mixed up when they compare the two. What do you think about that?
So, what foundation are you running on with that?
I'm saying that most people that know, if you look into it, if you read into it, they was walking. I mean, they were going to go pay taxes and all that type of stuff. They was going to pay taxes. This was like in the springtime when Joseph and Mary had to go and pay taxes. Let me find it for you. And then it's just I don't think we don't believe that Jesus Christ or Yeshua was born December 25th. So that's why I'm saying we don't. I mean,
Right.
some of the Christians believe that, but
I mean, and my response would be, what facts you have on him not being birthed on December 25th?
Okay, I'm gonna look that up while you keep talking.
Yes. So basically, I want to talk a little bit about Jesus and how we see him as. So basically, we don't see him as a man. He is a representation of how our mind's supposed to be renewed, and he's a representation on how you're supposed to have a relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? So when they talks about the resurrection and the rise and things, the death, that was our mind falling to ignorance. That's the death of our mind, and our mind resurrects. But make a long story short, though, Jesus for the be example of how you supposed to renew your mind. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, how I try to explain it to people, other than Jesus being a person, because the definition of Christ is the anointed one. So, as I described to my brothers and sisters here in Baltimore, that in the law it say ye are gods and children of the Most High, right? So you are Christ. Now, when I say that, it's not like you is what the Bible say Jesus is. Okay, you the definition of what Christ is. You are anointed. Everyone on here is anointed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I need everyone to think that. I'm just saying that you should, if you want to believe in something, you should believe in yourself that you are the anointed one and that you can do all things. Even Jesus said this in the Bible, better than him. You know what I'm saying? So I want to bring in that power that we put outside of ourselves and bring in that power and put it inside of ourselves and believe in ourselves that we can overcome the depression, overcome the anxiety, overcome anything else that's mentally suppressing us. Because once you come into the anointing of the mind, the renewal of the mind, then your life should be better. So I want to bring the truth, the meaning of all that. And also I want to talk about not just my brothers on the Christianity side, about the Muslim side too. I want to go in with them about the origins of Islam, on how that started off and things like that, Muhammad, because most people don't know that it was called Muhammadeism before Islam. And so they went around and cutting people heads off in the name of Muhammad. Now you ask me, is it ain't no Muhammad. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings or anything, historical facts, but I can debate. This is the type of topics I would like to debate on people with. So we can all come to a better understanding of each other. So, but yeah, I want to get into all that, and even the first Quran, when the first Quran was written, because people think the first Quran was written all the way back in AC, BC, whenever it was written. That's not true. It was going off the minds. Muhammad supposed to have remembered that from the bird, from the angel, the bird, and by tradition passed that on until the 1800s, the late 1800s. It was formulating the Quran until the 1919 that it was accepted by the Islamic Federation. But I just want to bust them heads open with that too.
Okay. So, do you subscribe to like the Book of the Dead coming forth
Oh,
by day and night, or yeah? Can you get into that? How's that? How has that helped you out in your studies? Or
well, I remember we talked about this a little earlier too.
yeah,
So it came back to my mind, and I did a little studying about the name you gave me. So, but it made I mean, about the name you gave me. So it made sense because all my studying that I did, especially this book that I'm reading too, from the help of Infodici, it I think we only can translate titles, names, and places. All right. So I don't like. I don't like. Um, I'm sorry. Say it again.
my bad. I was telling the panel that we was live, so they
Oh,
come
okay.
check you out.
Yes. What was I? Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
What was we talking about? The Book of the Dead.
Okay, yeah. So we only can decipher places, names, and titles. So that's the only part that I do subscribe to. Now, I would rather say that I don't encourage reading from all white sources or anything like that, but I can't sit up here and say that all white people don't help out the black community, because we did have some white people that helped us in slavery to hide from all the ratchet white people.
That's true. That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? So we got to give respect to the ones that helped Herbert Tubman.
Yeah, well, see, over here we don't teach that the white man is the devil. We teach that all colors can be the devil. I'm black,
Right.
white, Chinese, Mexican. So that's that camp doctrine, and it's kind of like put on us, like we got to defend their stuff because they think all of us are alike. You see what I'm saying? There's some good Caucasians. There's some bad African Americans. There's some good Negroes, and there's some bad white folks. Period.
Right.
So so yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So I say that to say that that's the only part that that I do subscribe to. But I like saying someone coming to me talking about they know a whole story because they read this. That's a lie. They coming to me with that. Even Infodici can vouch for that. So the main thing I keep close to my heart is the law of Mayat. You know what I'm saying? It's remember that my heart to stay light as a feather.
And with that practicing my art, does that help you like with the hereafter? I mean, are you preparing for the hereafter?
Yes, every day I'm preparing for the hereafter. Let me help you explain that. So
All right, go ahead, bro.
basically, every religion basically has the same how can I put it? Has the same quota to get to heaven. So basically, you being a good person, treating your neighbor kind, not invading on other people countries, and not wasting anything. So that helps me to be a better person for myself. Because first I have to love myself. That helps me treat me better, so I can treat others better. You know,
Uh-huh.
so my at it teaches me about like meditation. And
Uh-huh.
let me talk about meditation a little bit.
Go ahead, bro.
Meditation is for your attention span. And a lot of people that even me, I mean, I just recently completely understand that from neuroscience. So meditation is for your attention span. So the reason how that help you is because uh, um, that will make you pay attention more. That will help you focus on things more. That will help you get tasks done. Completed tasks done, and that will help you just inside be a better person. Like for our kids, the reason why the white folks want to say that they got IEP like they did me back in the day, and ADHD and all these other things they want to come up with their intellect is all bullcrap. What they didn't do was sit down and give us the time that we needed to be successful, to be great. So when I'm saying that meditation is one of the keys how uh, 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 to dehyperlize our young men, because boys are hyper anyway, and for having a European to come to tell your black son that he just hyper, he don't know how to sit down, it's because they don't know the language of your black son. You know what I'm saying? So we have to try all things before we just ready to give them up to the white society and put them on pills. You know what I'm saying? So my yacht helps you with all them things. That help you with your depression. It help you with your anxiety, your inner demons. And now, for my Muslims, they call it jihad. And radical Muslims, they think jihad is like, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna stab you physically. No, brothers and sisters, I'm coming here to you today to tell you that it's all about the demons that you have within yourself. And once you conquer them demons, that's when you can really start enjoying life. Because you can't enjoy life if you depress, and you depressed because you don't have the answer to the depression. Do religion have the answer to your self demons? You know what I'm saying?
So you would say religion wouldn't help you out with dealing with your demons, dealing with your things that's going on.
Not
Okay.
directly. Not
So
directly.
so meditation would help more.
Yes, meditation will help more. And when I say meditation, prayer is meditation too, brothers and sisters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking about one form of meditation. You know,
Okay.
So let me give a better definition of meditation. So like spirituality. Spirituality is like meditation. The definition of spirituality is anything that's not materialistic. You know what I'm saying? So most of our people can't even sit in a dark room by themselves. They go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm saying all that because uh, I know for a fact that once you learn your mayat help you learn your body. Like for another better example, the acorn. If I never was introduced into Kemetic teachings, I would
Mhm.
have never understand the symbol of an acorn. That Catholic Pope, he know the symbol of the acorn. So let me break it down to you. The symbol of the acorn represents our pineal gland, our
Mhm.
subconscious. You know what I'm saying? Some people, but no, take that back. Not subconscious, our pineal gland,
Mhm.
and it represents our patterns of our brain cells. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So once you learn more about yourself, you will get the confidence you need to do all things, brother. You can be anointed one. You can be like Christ or better than Christ, like he said. You can do better than me, better things than me.
Right. I seen on the walls of maybe the Sumerian walls, and they got these deities with these bird faces and all that, and they're holding the acorn, and then next to the tree of life. Have you seen that one?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. So I mean, the acorn has been around. What I'm saying.
Oh, okay, yeah, right, right,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I just like to regurgitate things like that because some people might not know, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you guys like have a place where a bunch of you comedics meet up and study and teach
And
people?
in Baltimore, yes, but I don't run it, and I was a part of it, but I relocated, and it's called, if you're in Baltimore, it's called TNAT, TNAT. It's
Mhm.
TNAT, and there's another brother. That's why it's in Baltimore. It's another reason. Good question you asked. It's a brother named Ray Hagen.
Yeah, I heard of him.
Yeah, Ray Higgins, and he started the African Village, and so he run the comedic following around the United States. He got the African Village in every little state that you can think of, I believe, and
Okay.
so yeah, so that run by through Ray Higgins, and
So
Ray
he
Higgins is also one of my teachers.
so he got establishments in all 50 states, or
Not
most
all,
of them.
yeah, yeah, right, not
Okay.
all of them, yeah.
So do they like go out and help the community and stuff like that? It's like a church, huh?
Yeah, basically it's the same principles. Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, same principles.
So
Yeah.
would you say it's religious?
No, that's the
They
difference.
they don't do like rituals, pour out libations or stuff like
Oh yeah,
that.
well that's traditional. Yes, but it's not religious. See, that's another thing about comedic. See, we don't say that we are in a religion. The definition of religion is the way to God. Yes, that is correct. But the religion puts you in a box, brother.
Uh
You know what
huh.
I'm saying? So religion limit your thinking ability. All right, other than what we call our African spirituality. All right, so our African spirituality do not limit your
Uh-huh.
thinking. All right, so if you have a question about something, we will dig down to the facts and we pull them facts up because we are a spiritual science, comedic spiritual science people. So we
Mhm.
dig up the facts and get them facts, give that to you.
So, uh, him neter tepi. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I heard of it.
That means slaves or servant to the gods,
Mhm.
right? So when is that they when they say gods, do they mean servants to just a principle, or do they mean actually the gods?
Okay, so that's another misconception that people get too. So basically, when we call each other gods, we know that we're not the initial god of the universe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're not saying that we gods. Was that your question?
Well, reason why I say that is because I'm kind of confused. Or either are they dealing with slaves to a servant to a god, or they just servant to a principle? Why didn't they call it him neter and whatever principle translate to in the language? But it translates to him neter, was it tepi, right? That's like
Chappy,
a
yeah.
priest. That's what Jabari is. He calls himself a him neter tepi, a
Hmm.
priest, a servant to the god. So then when I asked him, I said, "See right there, you're saying you're serving the God." He said, "No, it's a principle." So
Yeah,
why didn't they translate it to servants of the principle? So do tepi means God.
yeah, but it's not like the God of the universe. See, like when we
Hmm.
talk, right, we don't mean it literally. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Some people would call it little G gods other than big G gods. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But we not that's just the language that we use to show respect, to show what title, what position they hold.
All right. So, like these priesthoods, like they had different levels of the priesthood, and each priest had different positions. Even some of the women are priests, right?
Correct. Yes. That's a. Oh, can I say something on that one?
Yeah, go ahead, build off that. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So that's another thing, a difference about religion and a difference between the European Christianity. All right. So our African Christianity, we give respect to for our women. You know what I'm saying? We don't keep our women out. So I say that to say because the religious texts sometimes talk down on women, like they can't really do nothing, and like treat them like crazy. But we give homage to our when we put them in the cycle of life, because without the woman, it won't be no life, and that's what they missing, brother.
Mm, okay.
Yeah. Oh, and just to add on to that, I want to just give an example of God. So, uh, Africans was monotheistic people, meaning they believe in one God,
Oh,
God of the. Mhm.
oh, okay. Because I heard that they had a pantheon. Like if you deal with the Orishas in Yoruba, the Yoruba they had the Orishas, and they have different what they call them, ifas or spirits or whatever they call. What would that be, like a spirit to interact with Uladu Marie? You know what I'm saying? They like a messenger. You pick. It's like they have like over 250 ones. You can choose one. You deal with that one. Whatever you praying, whatever you pouring out to, that one particular Ifa will relate that message back to Uladu Marie. Have you
I
heard of that?
heard that, but I'm gonna tear that down. And the reason why I'm gonna tear that down
Go
is
ahead, bro.
because that is a added addition after we got invaded, and the Vedas had Ingham and mixed in with the original people from Egypt. So, what I'm talking about is the ancient African Egyptians when it first begun. Not, I know what you're talking about. That was after a certain period of time, and after certain people intermingle and mix in with the Aboriginals of that land,
Hmm.
and change, and how after time things get remodified, get changed, and things like that. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
So what is Kemetic science? Have you heard of that? Or is
Yeah.
there any such thing?
Yeah, spiritual science. Yes.
Well, okay, yeah, get into spiritual science.
Okay. So, spiritual science. So, spirituality is something unseen. Is spirituality is our spiritual science, something that's unseen. And with a white man's spirituality is science, which you can see, basically. You know what I'm saying? But basically, our
Mhm.
spirituality, spiritual science is what we have naturally with the creator. So basically, the reason why all these things exist is from our ancestors. And the way that they got them things was through their spirit connection with God, getting intellect. You know what I'm saying? So the spirit was the motivation for them to discover the universe. They were students of the universe. That's why your universities is called universe.
Mhm.
So everything that we had questions for that came in our spirit, we had to go and prove it. Discover that with science and stuff like that. I'm trying to find a better way to say it. But so basically, like how some people, uh, let's just say they ain't have compass back in the day,
Mhm.
and so but some people knew that the sun rose on the east. You know what I'm saying? Why how they knew that without a compass is because their spiritual side got so involved that they went and investigated. It's really hard for me to explain to come up with the answers. I should have came up with a better answer for that.
That's okay. That's okay,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, it's kind of freestyling, you know. Um, so how has you giving up the your Bible and going in over to comedic science changed your life?
It changed my life with wonders, let me tell you, because it let me stop believing, and it let me have all my accountability to myself. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, believing, the definition of believing, brothers and sisters, is an unverified thought. Get that from my man, brother Ray Havens. Belief is an unverified thought. All right. So I want to start proving everything I know and
Okay.
not just believe. Because I went back in time and even thought about, slavery.
Uh-huh.
When a white man came, we didn't believe that the sun rose on the east. We knew that the sun rose on the east. We didn't believe that certain things because we knew point A, the point C, the point D. We proved all things. And when you ask me through my studies, when the Europeans came in, they brought in a system of belief. You know what I'm saying? So that made me not critical think. It made me stop answering questions because if it's a question that I did not know and I just
Hmm.
go to my pastor, only thing he say to me, you had to believe. Just believe. Get your faith into that.
Hmm.
But how can I believe in something that I don't know?
Let me ask you this: when you was in school, right, and your teacher was in front of the class teaching, did you believe that this teacher knew or know what they was talking about?
No. Can I explain that?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
And the reason why I say no, I didn't believe they knew what they were talking about. I knew they knew what they were talking about because of a couple things. One, they have a degree into
Uh-huh.
what they talking about. So I don't have to believe anything they tell me is factual true because I know because number one, they have that degree.
But you had to believe in that teacher that was teaching you that what they was telling you was right. Just like when they taught you,
I see you
when
saying.
they taught you, yeah, when they taught you 2 plus 2 is 4, you had to believe that was right.
Right. Yes. In the
And
beginning,
then,
you do. In the
but
beginning, you do have to believe is right until you come into your consciousness to know. Okay, so 2 plus 2 is 4. Because when I add, then when I see that plus sign right there in the middle of that 2 and +2, I
uh
know I have to add that. So adding is meaning that I'm adding 2 more to my 2. So that's going to give me 4. So now I don't have to believe that 2 is 2 because I can give you description on why it's 2.
all right, right. But see, a lot of people say, "Well, I don't deal with belief," and that's what kind of get me because I'm like, "Well, you had to believe to know something. You have to believe that it's correct first, and then
Your
you be
fir-
okay, right?
yep. Your first thought is always going to have to start off with
But
belief.
idea and a belief,
Yeah,
right?
until you can prove it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a conspiracy theory. It's always can be a conspiracy until you can prove it. After you prove it that it's real, then it's not a conspiracy no more. It's actually factual truth. So we can put that out that's category. It's not a conspiracy theory. That's facts that really happened. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah, I can tell you from B more. Cause what to do?
Oh,
You, Uncle Wes, what's her name? Dr. Maad, Apostle.
yeah.
All y'all got that accent, man.
Yeah.
It's like to do, but it's all
Right.
good.
But that's why I like to bring in the order of that because people just like to run off with the belief for everything. And I like to even in debating because it's a belief and you bring facts to support that belief and it's factual true, it's not a belief. That's a statement now. That's in the category of facts.
Right. So, what kind of topics would you want to, you say you want to come in, you want to debate and stuff like that? Not me,
Mhm.
but I'm just
Right.
saying, what type, who do you want to come after, or who do you want to have a discussion with? Like Israelites, other Comedics? I mean, because we got some Comedics who say that the deity is real. I noticed when you were speaking a little bit like 3 minutes ago, and you said something about God. in your conversation.
Yeah.
So they believe in a God? That's what I'm saying. You said God.
Yeah.
So they did. No, you said creator. Did the ancients believe that there is a creator?
Yes.
They call him the all.
No, they call him what they call him now, Amun Ra. If you
Amun Ra
saying,
was a creator.
yeah, yes. So yeah, I
So
believe there's a creator of the whole universe. Yes, and
mm,
I debate any Kemetic brother who say different.
mm,
Because if they say different, they are atheists, or it's another word I just learned that not an atheist, it's something different. But
ag- agnostic? No. Is it
it's a
atheist? It's
no,
another word.
it's another word. This guy,
Okay.
he done blew my brain today. It's like because atheists say that they not believers, but they believe that God don't exist.
That's a
What the hell?
belief.
Yeah, that's a belief. It's something else that this young brother had just told me today, but I forgot the name of it. I gotta
Yeah.
re-ask him for it. But they not atheists. Because atheists, you know what I'm saying? You gotta believe that God is not real. So
Right.
you gotta bring
You
in that
gotta
belief.
believe that.
Like Greg say, theistic.
What do you say, Karima?
He call itself a theistic or something
Yeah,
like
Oh,
that.
right.
theistic Satan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, uh, so you would debate anybody, another Kemetic on that topic.
Yeah, I'd be any other committee on that topic if they talking about, you know what I'm saying, yeah,
I,
other than what I'm talking about.
so what's the difference between w- uh, Amon Ra and Osiris? Which one is the more
Oh no, it's the same thing. It's just different dynasties have
okay?
different names. So like we was talking earlier, and I was doing some restudying too. The reason why they have different how you call it hieroglyphs,
hmm
writings
hmm
is because different dynasties, different invaders coming in and people mixing in with each other, and so things had to get translated for that understanding. From the new people understanding of that time that was living in Egypt at that time. So yeah, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, man. I want to welcome you to the Lions Den, brothers. It's gonna be interesting to see. Like I say, once you get your get your computer, you can just start showing your slides and stuff like that. But I mean, if you get in the bay, you don't have a computer. You could send. I think you guys send the slides to one of us, and we could share it for you if you ever want to do it like
Okay.
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds
Can we
better.
do that,
Yeah.
Karima, until he get his computer? But I like to maybe talk to King Seth. He's a comedic guy who say he follows my art, and he don't think that there is a creator. He just
Yeah,
that's
then
so
that's an
that
atheist. Because the whole point of all this is to show you that the woman is the portal to this world, all right?
mhm.
Yeah. So
Hey, what's up, Sosa?
that's a God that's it's a God who created a woman and a man. And I'm here to say that God is not a man also. So I'm not saying that God is not a man and God is not a woman.
Uh-huh.
All right? I ain't
Right, we
saying none
can't
of
we
that.
can't. You're right. We can't really. I guess you can't really define it. We don't know
No. And, and,
the
and if you
creator.
ask me to break it down, the creator
Man
is
and woman was made in his image. Man and woman, right?
if man and woman was made in his image, why I'm not invisible?
He said, "Why?"
Why I'm not invisible? If
Oh
God is a
man,
spirit, if God
he's a
is a
spirit.
spirit, why I'm not invisible?
I never heard that question. That's a good
If we
one though.
made in his image.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn a rebuttal for that one because I never was hit with that one before. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But so, so the Comedics, the early Comedics, did they come up with? Are they the creator of mathematics?
Oh yes, sir. See, that's the whole thing about the spiritual science. Yes.
Uh huh.
I gotta get a better understanding so I can relay it better to you though. But yes, they discovered mathematics through that spirituality because at that time man purpose was to
hmm
build pyramids. You know
Oh,
what I'm
oh,
saying? Yep.
go ahead, brother.
Man purpose was to build pyramids. In order to build pyramids, you have to know about astrology, numerology, and all that extra good stuff. So that pineal gland kicking so good, the antenna to God, the antenna to God, to help them to use their brains to come up with solutions. Because one of the definitions of a man that I give in my YouTube channel, one of the definitions of a man is a problem solver. You know what I'm saying? So that what type of vibration we was on in them times. We was problem solving and breaking the field. We invented the writings. The hieroglyphs is the first writings in the world. If it wasn't for the Africans, it wouldn't be no language. All right. And that's another thing I can debate anybody on. All religions, let me say it again, there's no exception. All religions come from Kemet. Yep, and I can debate anybody on that. You know, Kemet is the mother of all religions.
Y'all heard what he said, man. I'm wearing my host hat today, so I ain't trying to debate, you know. But hold up, now let me ask you something. Do these ancient Kemetic people believe in levitation? Is this how they got these big blocks up? I've seen this before. Now, is this what y'all? Is this were they capable of doing this? Have you heard of that before?
Yeah, and my brother Infidel, that's a whole different level than me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worthy enough to even speak on something like that because I don't have the understanding of that. I'm on a lower vibration right there.
But you heard of that before, huh? So
Yes,
they do
sir.
teach that.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you believe that the Khufu Dynasty built the Giza pyramids?
Well, I never got into which groups built the pyramids.
Oh, okay.
I never investigated that.
Right.
Yeah, that wasn't number one of my topics.
Yeah, I had a debate on that before, the brother. I was trying to get him to explain how they get that 250-ton capstone up there. What did they use?
Well, let me go back because Infidel really don't talk about that levitation stuff. He more so talks about the elements that was used to create the pyramids.
Is he saying that it was lighter than what we think, or it was like a?
Nope, he's saying it was different type of dirt that they mixed together to create them bricks just for them pyramids. You know, because they stand.
Some of them stones is like tons, like 50 tons, 100 tons. So I was saying, so did they? Do you think they took them down the Nile on a barge and brought them?
No, they made the what I'm just used for example. Yeah, they made they made mud, they made scaffolds, and as they scaffold up, then they build it up that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more evidence on that one.
Yeah. And I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, brother.
I was just going to talk about the little levitation you were talking about.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I learned from Kemet from one of my brethren here in Baltimore that we used to practice with one person in the chair, right? The heaviest person in the chair. And you have 4 guys or ladies on each corner of the chair with the heaviest person sitting down. And each one of the 4 people would put their hands on top of the person that's sitting down here, overlapping each other like this without touching your hands. You got to do it like this, all 4 of y'all. I'm sorry, let me pause right there and go back a little bit. Before you do that, right, you'll lift the person up that's on that chair, you know what I'm saying? So you can see how heavy they are, And then after you do that, then each person will put their hand on top of their head like that, and another one right there, not touching, all connecting, all like that. And then you release, and then you pick them up. Watch how light it be. I mean, that's some spiritual science stuff right there, though. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no spook. You can actually try that, and we actually did it multiple times. And, so that's a way of little levitation, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So you said something about spooks. So do you look at Israelites as when we believe in the God, is that's like spooky?
Well, when I say about spooks, because most people like to say the Holy Ghost, you know what I'm saying? So I said spook because like ghosts, when you hear of a ghost, you think of a spook, something scary. So yeah.
So well, they mean Holy Spirit, but they added that ghost stuff later, bro.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And the people that read it now, take it literally. So So I just like to give it a straight distinguish that it ain't no spook in the sky. It ain't nothing that's gonna scare you.
Would you say the ancient comedians were they kind of spooky and with their practices, because like they would prepare themselves for the afterlife and they would have these spells to take with them to get away from demons, to uh what about what's his name, Anubis, I think, that there's the snake that Ra fights every night. you know uh they got different creatures in the underworld that you got to get through to get to the to get to where you're going. So would you say that they believed in demons, or I wouldn't call them ghosts, but I say demonic entities?
Well, first, are you referring all this from the writings on the walls?
I'm referring it to how they prepare themselves to go to the afterlife, and in these spells it says it helps them to fight off demons. I don't know if they put demons, or I don't know how they worded it, but I think they did say demons. I don't know. That's a Greek word, so it might not be demons, but they I was looking at a documentary, and they was talking about the different demons of Egypt. Maybe I could try to pull it up for you while you talk.
Okay. Well, while you do that,
Okay.
I'm just give a little bit from what I know.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
So basically, them preparing themselves for the afterlife and things like that, that's nothing but tradition. Everybody got tradition.
Uh,
Even today, our culture have tradition. And the rituals, we still have rituals today. Rituals
mhm,
don't mean that it's devil worshiping or anything like that. So the same way how some Christians go to eat uh, what the bread and that juice wine and stuff like that, that's a tradition. So it's just a regular tradition, regular custom that they did, and spells to keep evil spirits away. We all do them same things. When we wake up in the morning, we try to protect ourselves from the evil spirits out in the world. And the same way, evil spirits is here when we alive. You dang right they there when you did too. So you want to be blessed up even when you did. So that's not nothing scary. That ain't nothing spook. We do it today. We put things in our coffins to represent who we are. We still pour homage today for our fallen brothers and sisters. Like I know definitely here in Baltimore, when people get shot and die, we leave a lot of balloons up and candles everywhere to fill up the whole sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? That's a regular tradition. And as the ancient Egyptians pour libation for their ancestors, that's still the same practice. And we still do that libation in this generation today. It's a movie, Boys in the Hood. Y'all know that movie. And when they pulled out that little bill on the ground, that's pulling libation for their brethren who done passed. So we all still connected in the same customs, same traditions. Yeah. And I just want to say this again too, since some of my comedic brothers want to talk about the statues as like real God and stuff like that. They are ignorant. I tell you that right now. They ignorant. They don't stand for that. It's laws and principles. All right. It's laws and principles on how you supposed to conduct yourselves. All right. Like I got another crown that I'm getting made, for example, and they got a picture of Tahuchi on there, and I'm be wearing that mostly on my debates because that represents articulate thinking, articulate talk, and everything articulate. You know what I'm saying? So if I feel like I'm in an articulate spirit that day, then I need to go to the laws and principles of Tahuchi so I can embrace that intellectual side of me. While we wait on him too, I got another thing to add about God, how we look at God. So I was saying that God is not a man or a woman. God is like energy. All right. Like for example, a car battery have a negative and a positive, you know. So God is energy, you know, and we all have God inside us, you know, and I'm gonna break that down too. For example, when a male comes together with his partner, with a female partner, a woman, and his sperm cells move forward to go towards the egg of the woman, that energy that pushes that sperm to that egg of the woman is a representation of how God is. So some scientists say how the Big Bang happened with a spark, boom. You know what I'm saying? So basically, that little egg sperm and the sperm and that woman egg, when they get together with the energy, that force energy that push it through with what we call God, into that egg, it's a small Big Bang. Boom. That is the creation of life. God is life. You know what I'm saying? So God is not a man or a woman. God is energy.
There we go. Right. I'm sorry about that. I felt off. Seemed like I was trying to pull something up, but it keep kicking me out every time I try to. See what I'm saying?
Uh,
Oh wait. Okay, there you go. It keep kicking me out, so I can't. I don't want to figure what's going on. But yeah. So Cephus is. Man, I'm glad you. Black Jesus sent you over here, man. You're more than welcome to do your presentations anytime. As you can see, how the back chat go back there. So anybody that you want to have a discussion with. We can set that up. You know, and what would you want your first debate to be about?
okay. Oh, that's a good one.
If you ain't
Well,
figured it out yet, just let me know later.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
make it, but we can make it happen, man.
Okay. Yeah.
But so you got any closing words? You know, this won't be the brother's last time. He's coming for all you Hebrew Israelites, you Muslims, you atheists. This the new
All of
Kemetic
them.
brother. Cephas Black in the building. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? So hey, look out for this brother. I think he's very intelligent. I think he's gonna be a good addition to the Lions Den. Go ahead, Cephas Black. Get you some closing words, man. Cause I gotta handle something. Other than that, we could keep talking for another hour or two.
Right.
But go ahead,
Okay.
family.
For my closing for the day, brothers and sisters, is just to say that I just want to regurgitate that never forget that the white man came over here and interrupt our lives. All right? They interrupt everything, our way of life, our religions, if you want to call it religions. They interrupt that and they change our African spirituality to religions to work for themselves, brothers. And I'm
Right.
here to show you that. And in the future, I'm here to debate and show you that signatures that's in the Bible, with proof that show you that these Romans put their own selves in the Bible when they ain't supposed to be there, because the Bible's supposed to be made so many years ago. What they doing in there?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a shocker right there. But brothers and sisters, I just want y'all to know that the white man put a cytosis on us.
Turn
All
up,
right?
Cephas Black. Turn up on him.
They didn't put a cytosis on us. They didn't made us believe everything with no proof. All right? And that's the problem. Because even the Bible say, prove all things and hold fast, which is good. And brothers, I'm here to challenge your brains so y'all can make sure y'all proving all things and hold fast, which is good. I'm here to bring back the African spirituality, the African Christianity. If you're gonna represent Judaism, if you're gonna represent Christianity, you better represent it like your ancient ancestors represented it, not like the Europeans represented it.
Cephas ain't playing with y'all, man.
I ain't playing.
We got some new blood up in the den, man. We got some hungry lions, boy. This guy right here, man. I'm telling you, look out for Cephas. He coming for you Israelites, you Kemetics, you atheists. He don't care because he just trying to bring out the truth.
Yeah, especially for you atheists, because y'all don't believe in God. There's something wrong with you. You mentally something wrong with you.
I might have to set you up with Uncle West.
You know what? I think my first debate would be with an atheist.
Oh man, Mudawa, if you out there, you being called out. And with that being said, we're gonna end the show. Kareem, you want to end it with a song, or we could just get up out of here? You atheist, man. Huh?
You just close it out.
All right. So stay tuned. We got a debate coming up this weekend. Yara ben Israel, Yara ben Israel. Excuse me, Yara ben, is it Yehuda or Israel? Hold up, Apostle. You want to jump on real quick and ask the brother a question? Go ahead, jump on, Apostle. I think he asked you about henotheisms. I can't henotheism,
Hmm.
whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, that's a new one for me.
Yeah,
Bring
did
it
you
on.
spell it
Bring it
right,
on.
Apostle? Come on, Apostle. 'Cause he ain't running for nobody. You see,
Hmm. Yeah, keep Cephus black. Don't run from no one. Let me tell you that.
that's right. But I don't think Apostle gonna jump on. So Karima, go ahead and end it out. Cephas, you will be seeing Apostle in the back chat, or we go live almost every day. You're more than welcome to jump on and put your input. Like I said, stay tuned this weekend. Mudawa Mugabe is having a debate with Elder Yara. I forget the title of it. I'm sorry, but I apologize for that. We also have a preliminary coming up with the preliminary will be on Black Jesus Radio, Black Jesus Ministries, his YouTube channel. Shalom, Jeremiah, David Ben Yakinen. But Aaron and Zion will be debating about, I think, is Christ a historical person? Don't quote me on that. So so stay tuned for that. And like I say, I'm gonna be doing something on patriotism, because we got a brother running around here talking about we should drop our Bible, drop everything, and become an American patriot. This is a brother.
Oh, snap.
Yep. Yeah, Chris Harris. Chris Harris, I finally found out what you believe in. This guy runs around and attacks everybody's doctrine. And I said, well, so what you stand on? He said, I'm an American patriot. I said, God damn. The coonery is real. So stay tuned. I'm supposed to be going on a platform tonight and discuss that, but I'm gonna have to reschedule DMG. If you're out there to pour it, I'm gonna have to reschedule that one because I got some things that I need to do later on. I apologize. But you know, when JJ 7000 and the crew come on your platform, we turn up. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, y'all stay tuned. We love y'all. Peace and blessing. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, but I could die. Kwam Yashala. We out.